Hi everybody out there in YouTubeville. This is Go 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 Dancer with his very first video post. You might be hearing a child screaming in the background. That's totally normal. My post is going to revolve mostly around the attitudes of some people about Portland, Oregon. Apparently, for some people, it really sucks. And I can understand, because, well, there are quite a few reasons for that. One is employment, another might be relationships, and the third might easily be weather. And what I'll do is I'll just start with the first and go through the other two as they go. So unemployment in Oregon, specifically in Portland, is to be expected. Portland does not have its own sustainability when it comes to the job force. That's primarily because since a long time ago, and definitely when I started working, Oregon has always been dependent on the job market coming in from California and the East Coast. Yeah, that's an agreement from a 1.5-year-old. So what happens is you have 4 years of extreme wealth, followed by 2 to 4 years of reduction in job force, and then if you haven't saved, you're going to be poor. This is because Oregon asks California and the East Coast and other states to come in with job market, promising them an interest rate and or a tax rate that is well below what Oregon businesses are paying. Eventually, however, since there's a landfill situation and power consumption and industrial waste and all that, eventually Oregon has either to ask the locals, ask the people living there, or asking the businesses to pay their part in the damages that are being done. Obviously, the locals are not going to stand for that because more taxes means less money and blah, blah, blah. And the companies who have been enjoying 4 to 6 years of predominantly virtually zero towards the state of Oregon don't like that either, and so therefore they pull the plug and sail away. And then, of course, since Oregon collapses, they do it again in 4 to 6 years with the same promise and the same attitude and the same reaction, obviously. So there's that. Second, I said relationships. Now that's kind of a complicated one, but let me break it down to you. When I finally left Oregon, and I go back when I can to visit, but I can't stay. I have a family that I live with now in France, and I'm very happy, so I'm okay with this living here. There are, per person, between men and women, a 2/3 female, 1/3 male proportionate people living in Oregon, or sorry, in Portland. And of those 2/3, so in the women category, a half of them, thereabouts, I can't be 100%, I haven't asked every woman either, a half of that, so, you know, a sixth of, I don't think that's right math, anyway, a third of those women are lesbians. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because lesbianism is a beautiful thing. Believe me, I've seen it. In, you know, family settings. That leaves the other third to go out with either the third of the males, and, you know, some of them don't really want to go out with anybody. Some of them are very asexual. So you have, in the end, more men without companionship than women. And that can cause stress. And I've been on that side of the stone too. You know, you go to a bar and you're hanging out, you see a really hot chick and you want to go and get her phone number, or, you know, maybe just dance with her that night, and you find out she's gay and she's not interested in what you've got between your legs, and that's just fine. You gotta shake your head and click your fingers and go, bummer. Or you got the other side of the coin and you go up to a girl who's got a boyfriend who's maybe bigger than, well, like yours truly. I'm not that big of a guy. Charismatic, yes, but not very strong. So then you've got woes of a minor civil unrest going on, as well as insulting a very happy couple as it is. And then you have the other percentage, I guess you could say 5%, that don't really want anything because they've either been hurt by a girl or a guy or both, or a dog or a tree, weather. Which brings me to my last point. The weather in Oregon and in Portland can be very deceiving. You go there in June, you go there in September, and you think, wow, this is the place for me, these people are awesome, the food's awesome, the attitude's awesome. And yet, 250 other days of the year, you've got nothing but rain and overcast weather. There's a reason why we're called web flips, by the way. And that might be the biggest problem already, is that because of the weather, you have a certain level of cynicism and sarcasm that comes along. So you may be reading a Portlander in a completely different way, because apparently they're snotty and they're mean and they're harsh and they're Klansmen. I've been called a Klansman on one of my comments. Burning crosses is not my thing. Burning the Star of David or Korans, got to go to Florida for that kind of stuff. So no, I'm not a Klansman. I'm not racist. I'm not a white supremacist. If anything, I'm the exact opposite of all of that. So yeah, the weather will get you down, and you need to be prepared for that for 250 to 350 days of the year. On the upside of that, you're going to always find it to be green in Oregon, especially in Portland. You're also going to be able to find snow on Mount Hood at all times of the year. So if you like skiing or even looking at a mountain with snow on it, I don't see why you should even be, and if anything, if these people are really actually snotty or Klansmen or whatever, why are you paying attention to any of those people? Why are you paying attention to this video? There's no point. You've got your own choices. You've got your own place to be, and if Oregon's not the one, then go back to wherever you were from. The motto in Portland is, Portland, a nice place to visit. Now go home. There's no reason to whine or complain or call names or any of that stuff. Although I invite you to do all of that, if you actually hit this video, please leave a comment. It's my first. I'm interested in hearing your point of view. So with that, I'm going to try and see if I can't upload this thing, and don't worry, there'll be more videos to follow. I've got plenty of things to say about the government and world economics and recycling, which is a myth, whether you're willing to agree with or admit that or not. Real recycling starts at home. I'll just leave you with that. And as it runs short, I say I'll see you next time. Peace.